New week, time for another real talk with Auntie K. Hey. So, what do I want to talk about today? I want to talk about being happy and overall being content. Happiness is very brief. Contentment is lasting longer. I'll talk about the difference of that in a minute. The reason I want to talk about this today is because there are a lot of people who think that happiness, contentment can be distilled down to the number in your bank account. How many nice purses you have, what you're able to do with that money. Now, before I go on, let me say I'm not talking about living some bohemian lifestyle where everybody's sharing everything and you don't need any money. Of course, you need money. Of course, you need to be able to pay your bills and live your life. I'm not saying you don't need money. All I'm saying is that once you get that money, there's no guarantee that you'll be happy because money does not equate happiness. Having enough money to do what you need to do for you is necessary. But guess what? Robin Williams, one of the funniest men out there, had tons of money and he still hung himself. Twitch had tons of money. He had a beautiful wife, two beautiful little kids, and he still shot himself in the head. Anthony Bourdain, Kate Spade. These are people that have a multitude of money, but it didn't make them happy. It didn't give them contentment. What's the difference? Happiness is I'm playing with my dog, I'm happy. I get in my car and I drive to work. And on that drive, somebody cuts me off and flips me the bird after you did something stupid. But don't get me started on road rage. So anyway, now I'm annoyed. I get to work. I deal with that coworker. You know that coworker. And they annoy me even more. I am no longer happy. Contentment is deeper. It's more of a constant thing. Your emotions change, but are you content? And I look at it this way. At the end of the day, can I say, I'm good. I'm good. I come back to a place that is generally happy, that is generally free of problems, free of stress. That is contentment. Are you content? Are you? And if you have all the money in the world, does that mean you're content? And there's a lot of women out there who want a man. He needs to have this much money. He needs to have this much money. I'm not saying there is a role for money in a relationship. I mean, like I said, I'm not coming from a bohemian place, but it's not the be all end all. You can have some money. You don't need to be. Everybody wants a baller. Are you a baller? Are you making baller money? Because if you aren't, why does he want to be with you? I want somebody who is on my level. That's it. So think about that when you're going forward. Nick Cannon. I was reading an article about Nick Cannon. I was in the comments. And so many people said, well, it doesn't matter if Nick Cannon has a lot of kids because Nick Cannon has a lot of money. He can afford all those kids. Having been raised a daddy's girl and having a father in my life, um, I can tell you what makes me happy about my dad is not the money he spent on me. When I think back about my life, I don't think my dad spent this money on me. I think about the time when I was 7 years old and I was in a church thing for Easter. And at the end of the program, I had to say, and there's my mommy, right down there. Except my mom was out of town. The only person that was there was my dad. So I said that, but I pointed and I looked at my dad because he was there. I remember stuff like that. I remember him in the Silver Chrysler coming home from a trip, and he got out of the car and he was so happy because he gave me this Grover puppet. And I had that puppet and I was talking like Grover all the time because I love that puppet. And those are the things that I remember. I don't remember how much money oh yeah, he spent a lot of money on me. I remember stuff like that because that's the important stuff. It's about the time. It's about the commitment. Not everything is about dollar signs. If you think back to the memories you have of your parents, of your family, of your significant other, probably don't have anything to do with money. Money is something that we all need, no doubt. But it does not lead to happiness. It doesn't. There are so many other things that go to your happiness. Are you healthy? Are your kids, are your family in a good place? Because if they aren't, I'm going to tell you, that's going to affect your happiness more than money will. And I'm saying that as a person who, I lost my mom. She was blind. She had kidney failure. And for those things to have happened, I don't care if she would have had $8 million. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. Do you have kids that are doing what they're supposed to be doing? Do you have a partner that makes you laugh? These are things that matter in your overall level of contentment, of happiness. So that's all your auntie wants to say this week. So think about that. Are you happy? Are you content? At the end of the day, do you say, I'm good. I'm good. Things aren't perfect. They never are. But are you happy? Are you content overall? And again, happiness, contentment doesn't come from money, and it doesn't come from perfection, because perfection will never happen. But overall, are you good? Are you happy? Do you smile more than frown? Do you laugh more than cry? If not, what's going to make you smile? What's going to make you laugh? And how can you get more of that in your life? So if you want to comment about it, go ahead and do that. Until next week, y'all. Bye.